Well, hello there, folks. Welcome back to another edition of The Bottom Line. I'm sorry we've been away for a while. I've been out of the country. You've been in jail. No, I'm kidding. No, you've been relaxing, vacationing during the summer. Just kidding. But we're back, and we're featuring now, of course, the timing is perfect. And by the way, I was in Lima, Peru. I had a fabulous time there, by the way. The food was great. The people were great. We'll talk about it another time. But nonetheless, Carlucci Broadcast International. I'm Mike Carlucci, and my guest, and one of my great friends. He knows everything. He's the man of all seasons and all trades, Mr. RichardBoddie. Richard, good to see you, my friend.
Indeed.
The reason why we're jumping into a quick bottom line is because, warning, beware, whatever.
It's getting closer.
Our president looks like there's an inquiry from the Democrats. And Nancy Pelosi, the House Rep there. Is that her title, House Rep? Is that her
She's the she's in the House of
Majority Leader?
But she's the Speaker of the House.
Speaker of the House. Here we go. Speaker of the House. She said, hey, well, I'm going to look into this. Impeachment is the word of the day here.
Yep.
So let's chat about that. And my goodness, all these attempts to try to impeach him, and either he jumps over he's playing volleyball. The ball goes over the net. This time the ball is hitting the net. What's your opinion? What's your take on this situation?
I think they finally may have cornered him.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when you corner a rat, the rat becomes very strong. But no, I think they finally got him this time, because if you look back to Watergate and some of the parallels of when Nixon finally had to say, "Okay, I'm resigning. I'm going to leave." I'm betting that with the evidence that's showing now, if they can break through this person who was the whistleblower, it's over.
Yeah,
it's over. But I also regret the fact that we'll see what happens. That he takes a play out of the Nixon book, and he has this Gerald Ford waiting in the wings.
Yes.
To pardon him as soon as he
which Mike Pence would do. Because
Exactly.
Mike Pence would step in.
Course.
Now, but what is the full? By the way, avoid that sound you're hearing. Somebody is shampooing the carpets. We had an accident earlier. Before we continue on, we have two sponsors. First, of course, Dole Pineapple. The good folks at Dole is providing a sponsorship for this particular bottom line. Pineapple chunks. It's the way to go all year round. And we have one more sponsor. Could you reach over there and grab that right there? We have a new sponsor as well. It's called Bubbly. It's a very economic soda. As you can tell, they couldn't get the entire U in there. I don't know why. Michael Bublé has been endorsing it, so I don't see an E on there, so I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Anyway, Bubbly or Bublé, whatever you want to pronounce it, is bringing us a little sponsorship as well. They have various kinds of flavors. So thank you, Bublé, and thank you, Dole. Nonetheless, let's move on. Back to the topic at hand. So what was the full irony that pushed this big inquiry? The Democrats are frothing at the mouth. What this thing about I guess Trump was looking into the Bidens, the relationship to the Ukraine president? Is that the deal? Give me your take.
Okay, here's
Here's the deal.
as Ross Perot would say.
Bless his soul. Yes. God love him. Yes.
Trump, with his narcissistic, competitive mindset, says, I think Biden is going to be the candidate, but I also know stuff that Hunter Biden, his son, was in this deal that was set up in the Ukraine for him to become a billionaire. So however that came down, the assumption on many people is that Joe, his dad, fixed it up so he could then get a deal inside of Ukraine, and then come out smelling like a rose.
Yes.
And ironically, also with Beau Biden's widow,
Right.
which is really cold-blooded.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, it seems like Trump is trying to get load up some ammunition. Yeah.
He's trying to load up the best ammunition he can,
right.
because he and I agree on something, which doesn't happen often, that Biden's going to be the Democrats' choice. Because if it ain't, the Democrats are in deep doo-doo.
Yeah, there's nobody there.
Anyway.
We've watched. I watched it when I was overseas. I was watching those Democratic conventions. What do you call it?
Debates.
Debates. Yeah, convention debate, whatever you call it. Yeah, they were just throwing. They're playing ping pong without a ping pong paddle. That's how bad they were. So but Biden's the best choice. Yeah.
Basically, he's trying to get something on Joe Biden to be able to hold it against him, to make sure that even if Biden was going to win or beat him, he wouldn't be able to do this because he could spring this on him. So he then calls the new president of Ukraine directly, who supposedly has something to do with Hunter Biden's deal,
Yeah.
and says, we're going to withhold money from you for your $400 million that we promised your country if you don't cooperate with me because I'm the dealer and wheeler.
Right.
He said, oh, this is outrageous. Now, he doesn't deny this. This is how crazy that son of a gun is. He doesn't deny it.
He says, I have a phone call. I have proof. That's the next thing. We're waiting for the tape.
Right.
That's supposed to be released soon. Speaking of that, what's his name? Alec Baldwin. I guess, I don't know if they did a bit on Saturday Night Live yet, I don't know if they did yet, but on Saturday Night Live, I'm looking forward to the whole reenactment, comedy-wise, with Alec Baldwin on SNL. So it should be a riot. But so he says, I have the tape, I have the phone call of this whole thing, and
and I'm going to prove to you that I did nothing wrong. In fact, you're going to even applaud me for being such a good guy to save the United States and make the United States a better place than what it used to be.
Oh my goodness!
And I'm also going to be in a position to do this to Trump. I mean to Putin. So that's that ego he has, that craziness.
Yeah.
But I think he's overstepped his bounds because he's even forcing the Democrats and Nancy to start saying
Nancy
it's time
Pelosi.
to bring the hearings.
Yeah.
Their fear, and I kept wondering, I said, why would they be afraid to bring the hearings to start the impeachment process? And the reason is because Trump plays the game so well that he could then put some crap in the game to blow their strategy up, and they're saying, leave it alone, don't touch it because it's too close to the election.
Yeah.
Another good Democrat, though, did make a statement that said, we should be bringing the impeachment against Trump now because if we don't, then he's going to get elected again. And somebody else then came back and said, no, Trump's game is this. He says, well, you didn't get me, so therefore the people love me. That was the hesitation to bring the impeachment now. If it doesn't go through, then Trump says, see, I'm still a great guy, like he did with the report before.
But let me ask you this. Isn't it like kind of late though? Because time to get all this together, it's going to be the end of the year, and then first part of 2020. He's going to be out in November anyway of 2020, or not? Well, November, the election of 2020, but of course it'll be out in January of 2021.
The timing of this is imperative for the Democrats because
if
they wait longer, it's then impossible for them to get anything.
So it's do or die, if you will.
Yes.
So
they're going to have to bring the articles of impeachment,
Yeah.
and then hope that enough Republicans with Calhouns will say, okay, it's time to get rid of the guy. And they'll call, there it is. And they'll call the guy up and say, hey, Don, you got to go.
You got to go. Let's handle this with Mike Pence and others. And then we can they can reconvene and reevaluate and reestablish their next Republican candidate.
They can then keep it in some even keel. Otherwise, it's going to be pure chaos. I hate to think of it, but it could really lead to sparking a real crisis in the United States, similar to 1860. This thing could go absolutely berserk.
In 1860, refresh my mind, who's
that? Would be the war between the states.
The Civil War. I thought you were talking about there was a president situation because Andrew Johnson was impeached, right?
Well, that was after after he was in office for a while.
Yeah, okay.
But they didn't kick him out either.
Yeah.
He was impeached. He wasn't. What's the word when the Senate makes a determination like you send him to jail? The Senate said, no, you're impeached, but we're going to let you live. Same thing with Slick Willie Clinton.
That's right.
You're impeached, but we're not going to kick you out.
We'll just go slap on the hand.
Because the Senate is the one, like in real criminal litigation, after the person is convicted of the crime, then there's a separate hearing as to sentencing. And in this case, the Senate is the sentencer. And says, well, you will go to jail or you will go home. So for the two that have been impeached for real, those two have gone home. Nixon quit before it
quit. Absolutely.
And my guess is that Trump is going to quit also. And it's going to bother the hell out of him because it won't be the first one to quit. He wants to be the first one. Right.
He wants to set the tone.
So he's going to have to do something differently. He's going to do something bizarre, I think.
But with Clinton, they had so much on him to get him out of there. And but like you said, you've been impeached, but we'll let you live. Slap on the hand.
What they had on Clinton, and I have to agree with some of the Democrats.
Finish up.
What they had on Clinton was a sexual misconduct situation. What Trump has done puts the United States as a nation in real jeopardy. He's dealing with
Yep.
Putin across the border from Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
He's dealing big time as if he's a wheeler dealer that can do anything he wants.
Mm-hmm.
His actions are dangerous to you and me. Clinton's actions were dangerous to Hillary.
Yeah. On a personal level.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Trump is on the border of creating a situation like we've never seen before. And the Democrats had to step forward because if they didn't, they've given up a lot of their power. Congress, in effect, has really usurped so many other areas to the president. And in this case, they have to step forward.
Now, didn't Donald get consulted before he did this? Like, didn't he ask people, in his cabinet and around the House to say, "Hey, I'm going to be doing this. Do you think it's okay to do that?" He didn't confer with anybody? He just went
I
and
don't
did
think
this?
so. I think he's narcissistic enough.
He just figured this is what he's going to do. What
Whatever he
wants
wants.
to do. Okay. That's the
this
issue.
guy is crazy.
Yeah, that's right. He's not obeying the
This
law.
guy is crazy.
He's jumping over the hoops.
He believes that he is the most important thing. So my wife's brother said something like he's the greatest president to ever live. You go down. She's the greatest.
Who says?
Shirley's brother.
Oh, your wife's brother.
Yeah, can you believe that?
He says he's the best
greatest
of all
president.
time.
I said, boy, you better check Thomas's brain, because that's
I think
crazy.
Thomas Jefferson and John Adams in my book were some of the greatest.
I'm Calvin Coolidge guy myself.
Coolidge was cool. Coolidge, cool. That's the name. He's got the name. He's got the word in his name. Yeah,
but so. I would be very surprised if this doesn't at least go to the point where the articles of impeachment will be presented by the House of Representatives and put it in the hands of the Senate to see what the Senate does.
Yeah.
And hopefully you'll have a few more Republicans that'll have balls to come forward and say, it's time.
Yeah.
The only one so far in the Republican camp that did it, who is now independent congressman, is a libertarian. His name is Justin Amash. Justin from Michigan. He said, hey, I read the Mueller report. This guy committed treason. This guy has impeachable offenses are there. Now,
so Amit, how you pronounce it?
Amash.
Amash, is he going to be the Libertarian candidate?
Hopefully.
Okay.
They'd be smart if the Libertarian Party is not too bright, and they've been known to step on their thing often. They would somehow put some other person who's not unknown in. But the convention in May of 2020 in Austin, of which I'm going to be introducing the keynote speaker.
Where's this
Austin, Texas.
Oh, you're going to Austin? When are you going to be there, in May?
Yeah, the convention is in May, 4 days.
I think I'd like to go there.
On C-SPAN.
Can I get?
Sure you
can I get a conference signage to have him pay for it?
We'll fix you up.
Hopefully so. Yeah.
Hopefully, Justin Amash will be nominated as the candidate for president for the Libertarian Party.
Yeah.
And that's significant because he came out when nobody else did. And he said, let's face it, folks, the president, I'm a Republican, and I'll tell you, the guy, I'm a lawyer too. I read the entire Mueller report, and this guy committed many acts of impeachable offenses.
Yeah. Wow. So now we're just going to wait for the word on the inquiry if it passes. What do you think? Couple days, couple weeks?
Yeah, and somehow they're going to have to. Yeah, less than a month. They're going to have a couple of weeks, less than 2 weeks, because somehow they're going to break that person, the whistleblower's information is going to it's going to come to light very soon. Yeah. And that whistleblower is not a Democratic operative. That whistleblower is a person in the Republican camp that said, folks, this guy has gone over the pale. And I saw a couple defections today in the Republican Congress people saying, hey, that's it. Bill Weld, who was the Libertarian vice presidential candidate 2016, he came out, he's going to be running against Trump in the Republican primaries. But also, he said that he used to be a prosecutor. He was Massachusetts governor, but before that he was a federal prosecutor. He said, what Trump has done with this phone call in the Ukraine, it's treasonous. Yeah. It's not just a misdemeanor. It's treason.
So when this does get processed and it goes through that he does quit, so Mike Pence will take over, and then when the Republicans put together their candidate, will you think Pence will?
I hope not.
Start a campaign.
Well, if he does,
who else is there? If Pence doesn't,
I don't even on the Republican side. I don't even see any possibility that could beat Joe Biden.
Okay.
I really don't. I think Joe Biden, and he can act like he's forgetful and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
He's an authentic, good human being. He's a friend. I think Joe Biden, like Bill Maher said the other day, if Joe Biden went out and killed some folks and all, he wouldn't come close to anything that Trump did. He would still be better than Trump. Come on.
I remember Bill saying that. It was a great line. Yeah.
If he,
Yeah.
So if Biden is still alive and well, I don't think any Republican can really challenge him. And I think also if Justin Amash is the Libertarian candidate, that's going to change a whole bunch of stuff going on both sides.
Yeah, that could take the kilter up.
Right. You're going to probably the Republican Party will be going out of business, just like the Whig Party did.
Yeah.
Back in the 19th century.
19th century. So, but going back to Mike Pence, you were about to say he could put a campaign together. And,
Yeah.
Okay.
He would be the most natural one because he's been around.
He'd
He'd be paralleling what Biden is doing.
Yeah.
The vice president, I've been shadowing the president. I know how the game is played.
Right.
I was in the Senate, just like Biden was in the Senate.
Yeah.
And we have the similar experiences. I won't meet with any females without my wife present.
Yeah. No hugging, no touching, the whole thing. So.
But Pence would be obviously in the mix. But I think the Republican ship, because the hijacking from the Donald, I think the Republican ship is sinking. By 2024, I think the other party will be the Libertarian Party.
Libertarian might be stronger.
Oh, absolutely. I think it'll be the other party in our biparty system. The Democrats will still exist as the progressive, and we want to give everybody everything. We want to raise taxes. And everybody who used to be a real Republican or conservative is going to join the Libertarian Party because the Republican Party will have been killed by the Donald and his orange hair.
Well, I'm looking forward to watching Saturday Night Live. If they didn't do anything yet. Well, no, they couldn't have done anything Saturday because this thing just came out. So
that's right.
SNL will probably have some great ratings. And Alec Baldwin hopefully is catching a flight and rehearsing it right now.
Yes.
Also, I can't wait to see what Bill Maher on his show, what he's going to be having a good time. So some good TV items covering that. We'll
I enjoy Maher's show because he has people from all political,
Bill Maher,
all political situations.
Good balance.
Yes,
he's got conservatives, he's got green, he's got libertarians, he's got liberals and stuff. So it's always entertaining. So, well, here we go. Here's the bottom line, so to speak. We'll see what happens. Very interesting topic and very interesting things happening out there at the administration. And let's see what they put together with Nancy Pelosi and her group puts together. And
keep your powder dry, Mike.
That's right. Keep your powder dry, my friend. So, well, there you go. Richard, I appreciate your time. We'll maybe down the road get together and do this topic again, the results and the end of game, see what happens with that. And down the road, we'll get into some other topics.
James Bond.
James Bond Part 2. We did cover a topic episode a while ago, but we'll check because there's some movement on that.
Let us know what you want us to
Yeah. Email us down below and keep us informed. Any topics you'd like us to discuss with us or us to discuss for you, we'll do that. Make sure you subscribe. Very important. And again, we do thank our sponsors, Dole Pineapple Chunks, and of course our new sponsor, Bubbly, whatever you call it. It's without the U, and it's a really good soda. It's just new on the market, so we appreciate that. We used to have almond roca, but somebody ate all the almond rocas. The little it matched my shirt, and it's gone. I don't know who ate it, but hopefully we'll get a chance to bring that back. Richard, again, good talking to you. Good information. I always enjoy speaking with you, and you giving us the information. You're right on the mark, and again, we'll chat soon, okay? And folks, again, thanks for joining us here, Carlucci Broadcast International, Mike Carlucci, RichardBoddie. Until next time, remember to search and dig deep, and you'll find the bottom line. Be well and have a great week, and we'll see you soon. Ciao for now.